Oh, it's this thing. It's the Phazer. Today on Six's Backcountry, we are doing one last repair to this thing to make it 100% complete. This thing didn't even get used last year, mainly because of the whole no snow thing. So let's take time today, let's go over everything, let's see where we're at on this thing, because it got a big list of repairs last year, including an engine rebuild, but it never saw any snow. I think it was actually around this time last year, we overhauled the engine, we tightened up the steering, we had the driveline out and inspected, we fixed a bunch of holes, and we made a few parts shiny too. The only thing besides this part here is the speedo. I thought I had it working last year, and I think I did for a little while, but something's going on inside, and if I want that to work, I got to replace the whole speedometer. So besides the gauge, I think everything else works. So let's start up this bad boy. Ooh, that started a lot better than last year. Man, that's pretty crazy. So besides that, everything works on this thing. Man, I think about like where this thing sits now and how it was when I bought it off my dad when I got it, like however many years ago. Yeah, I remember like the motor just like wobbled around in there, like kind of driving clutches. We did a little bit of painting, that's fine. The stock running boards are, yes, still there. I'm sure we'd like to do those one day. I'd have to like dry fit a few different ones on. I think cat ones might fit the best. One day I'll do something about these. And that's really the last thing on the Phazer besides from this. So after I wrapped up last year with the secondary spring adjustments on the driven clutch, I ended up just looking into the primary and just kind of realizing that something didn't really look right in there. So even though I was working on the secondary clutch, I picked up on something in the primary instead, which we are here to fix. So this is the quote-unquote new one. Inside of this cover, right in here, there's a brass bushing that sits here and then around the shaft. And I happened to notice on that clutch, it was just kind of hanging out in there. I don't know how long it's been like that, but we got to fix it. Even though everything still works, it puts stress in some weird spots on that clutch. The real play here would actually probably be putting on like a later model Phazer clutch, because with those ones they have like a lot more tuning available. I'm really limited to what I can do with the parts off of these. There isn't really a whole lot of tuning options, but this is what we're on for now because it's cheaper than buying a new clutch. Yeah, there's actually like quite a few clutch options for this thing, but not a lot of clutching options. It takes like a very specific clutch because that the primary here actually seals up the crankcase too. So you either have to get a clutch that's like directly compatible, or like people have done like P85s and they've machined them down to be that same taper so that they seal up the crankcase. But we're gonna go with the old stock one for now. All right, I'll pop this clutch off and we will do the last thing that this machine truly needs. Bring her over to the bench. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So the crank seal sits on that lip, and the clutch is actually kind of what keeps all the pressure and everything together. So basically you can't just use any clutch. Right here, this is that brass bushing, which is actually sitting where it's supposed to. Huh, that's weird. Something must have knocked it back into place. I'm not going to use any special clutch tools today. I'm not going to worry about timing it. we're just gonna bust in. Yeah, so that bush, there we go. So that bushing is worn into the cover. It shouldn't move around quite like that. There we go. And that's how it should be. And that's as far as we need to go into this clutch. All the rollers and all the weights and everything, they're just fine. So that's as far as we need to go into this thing. And you may have noticed that I did not time the clutch when we took it apart. I didn't mark it because we're putting on a new cover. So all we need to do is find the spider arm with the X on it. You can see it on this arm here. You can see an X right there. And we'll look at our cover, the inside of it, and we will see another X right here. If you really wanted, you could then take this to a machine shop and they balance it perfectly for you here, but this will be pretty close. And there we go. Easy clutch video today. This clutch I've rebuilt a number. This is the clutch that made me learn how to rebuild clutches when I was 14. I'm pretty sure like everything has been replaced in it, except maybe like the fixed sheave. I think that's like the only thing that hasn't been replaced. I definitely replaced the spider at one point. We'll get her back in, see if there's anything else we need to do to this thing before the snow flies. Easiest install ever. Ah, look at that. Didn't swear once. All right, and I think that's like totally it for the Phazer for now. If we're going to be working on it again, it means we gotta take it out and ride it and break some stuff on it. The engine on this thing hasn't even been broken in yet. Now we are just waiting on the snow. Take this thing out, do an engine break-in. There's a couple of places around here I'd really like to go take a look at. And then we'll put that track in whatever it's going in. We also got a set of rails and a mystery track that needs to be installed. We'll do that next. We'll push this one aside while we wait for parts for the turbo. And we'll bring in the next sled because the Phazer, it's now ready to make tracks. All right, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching today's video. I know everybody's all stoked to get out on the snow and we are too. Oh, bring in the next project. Let's go.